It's no secret that Pooh Shiesty is locked, but it's somewhat under wraps that he's at what many people call a war zone rather than a jail, because really goes down in there. And to make it worse, Gucci revealed the brutal treatment that Shiesty is getting behind bars.
Okay, good morning. Mr. Williams, you were arrested for pursuant to an arrest warrant. It was issued June 3rd. It's charging you with aggravated battery with a firearm.
Since this time, the rapper has been serving his time at the U.S. Penitentiary, Pollock, in Parish, Louisiana, one of the most brutal prisons in the country. Last summer, around the time Pooh began his sentence, the prison faced backlash after 2 inmates were killed back to back. In July, an inmate named Mark Harris was found unresponsive in his cell and transported to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, where he later died. A few weeks later, a 39-year-old man named Lionel Stoddard was also pronounced dead after a fight broke out among inmates. During the fight, 2 other inmates were injured and treated at the facility, and a third had to be transported to a nearby hospital. But it's not over there. In 2020, an inmate named David Cortez was sentenced to an additional 30 years in prison for second-degree murder after he stabbed an inmate to death in 2014. In 2007, USP Pollock also led the nation in prisoner-on-prisoner homicides after at least 6 inmates were stabbed to death with homemade weapons inside the prison walls. Like, for real, this place is a war zone. Don't take it from us. There's even a public YouTube video breaking down what a living hell the prison is. So, that's the type of environment that Pooh Shiesty is now living in, just a year after he was one of the fastest rising artists in rap. Even Gucci Mane has tried to come to Pooh's defense and expose the horrible conditions he's been forced to endure. Late last year, Gucci put up a post on his Instagram calling for an investigation into the prison. We do not pay attention to how inmates in the U.S. are treated, as Pooh Shiesty has been sent to a prison 1,500 miles from his home, 23-hour lockdown, and given empty food trays. USP Pollock should be investigated immediately. He wrote, he even went as far as tagging President Biden and VP Kamala Harris to get his point across. Pooh's attorney, Bradford Cohen, also confirmed what Gucci was saying and added that Pooh has been subject to disciplinary hearings that had nothing to do with him and may be transferred to another prison in California. He believes that Pooh is being treated unfairly due to his celebrity status, and they've been working hard to expose the prison and fight for his rights. Pooh himself also gave fans an update on what his life is like behind bars. Earlier this year, he posted a few recent pics of himself to his Instagram with a long message where he let fans know he was still staying solid and commanding respect even inside the penitentiary. I'm still the menace of Memphis, still the king no matter what jungle. He wrote, slick almost the same nigga, just a little more powerful. You niggas can't beat me at crawling backwards. You gonna have to get your hand, knife, and gun game up before you can do something with me. Stop playing so much. The question is, will Pooh do his time and come out more popular than ever, or will fans eventually move on and forget about him?